Alright, this video is about, some people out there criticizing, talking trash about some of the sparring that I do at the school. One of my students brought it to my attention. I don't pay attention to the stuff that happens online. I know that people are going to talk trash regardless. I brought up the fact that, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is undefeated, 50-0. And there's a lot of people that talk trash about him constantly. People are saying, oh, he's running from the fight, he's scared, and he sucks, and saying he is boring, and they always talk trash, and this person is a living legend. He's undefeated and he's proved himself over and over again. Still people talk trash, and I understand that's how the nature of the game. When you put yourself out there, there's going to be people out there that will talk trash. There's going to be people out there that criticize you. But basically the person is saying, the people are saying that, that I'm slapping people around and all this other stuff. And, my thoughts on that is that, yeah, I'm slapping people around because I really don't want to hurt the people that I spar. And obviously I don't want to get seriously hurt myself. You got to realize that these people that you see in the boxing ring, in the cage, these professional fighters, a lot of them get paid thousands, if not millions of dollars to get in there and to sustain that type of damage. But I'm not getting paid that type of money. And the students that I spar with, they're not getting paid any money. And not only are they not getting paid, but they're paying money to learn. And if you hurt them on top of that, why would people want to pay someone so then they could get hurt? So it's a totally different situation. Honestly, if somebody came to me and said, hey, I'll give you $50,000 to do full contact sparring, sparring with me, and there's no gloves, no equipment, no nothing, then I might consider that, especially if I feel that this person wouldn't be able to injure me because he's not at that level, and if he's giving me $50,000 and then he's telling me to hit him as hard as I can with the closed fist and all the other stuff, and he's not even good enough to hit me, then hey, I might consider that. But that's not the situation. People that I spar with, they don't want to get hurt. I don't want to hurt them, and in addition, I wouldn't want to get hurt either, and so, the slap boxing is a way of learning, but then also not taking it too serious, or, taking too many risks. So then, I know how easy it is to break somebody's nose, to knock somebody's tooth out, to gouge somebody's eye out, to seriously injure somebody, to break somebody's jaw. I know that I'm capable of doing that, and I know that other people that are strong and powerful are capable of doing that to me. There's no amount of training that you could do where your nose will not get broken or your tooth will not get knocked out unless you learn how to move and get out the way. And my train of thought is, if somebody can't even perform in slap boxing, he can't even beat somebody in slap boxing, then what makes him think that that he'll win the encounterment if it's full contact? He can't even perform during a simulated situation. So how can he perform during the real situation? And that's my take on it. This is like, sparring is like practice fighting. So practice fighting shouldn't be too dangerous or too out of control. It's got to be adequately monitored and controlled, where people are not getting seriously injured. And this is another thing I wanted to bring up, and this is a clear fact that, these people in Hollywood, even Bruce Lee himself, when they make these choreographed fight scenes, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, Jet Li, Michael Jai White, Steven Seagal, Van Damme, all these movies, these martial art movies, they're not even making real contact at all. Forget about slap boxing. They're not even making contact at all. and everything's prearranged. Everything is choreographed. They know what's coming, you know, coming at them. They know exactly what's gonna happen. But yet the public gives respect, high respect, for Bruce Lee, Jet Li, Jackie Chan, Donnie Yen, Michael Joe White, Chuck Norris, Van Damme, Steven Seagal. They give high respect to these actors who are basically just engaging in choreographed fights of which everything's prearranged. But yet when I put videos out there sparring, nothing is prearranged. I don't know if they're going to try to kick me or punch me. I don't know if they're going to try to wrestle me. I don't know what they're trying to do to me. But yet I still respond spontaneously to the moment. I defend myself. You know, and I might not punch them in the face with a fist, but I'll kick them in the face. I'll even punch them with a closed fist to the stomach, to the chest. I would kick them almost as hard as I can to the legs. I'll kick them to the shin. I would pretty much go almost full contact on their body, but then yet just hold back to their face out of compassion. And yet people talk trash. You know, say, oh, you know, that's not real fighting and blah, blah, blah. But what I'm basically saying is that all of the stuff in Hollywood, all these martial art movies, none of that is real. They're not even making any contact at all. Everything's prearranged. It's not spontaneous. And they get respect. But yet what they're doing is a lot less real than what I'm doing. Because for me, to make it truly real, like what everybody wants to see, all I have to do is just make a closed fist and just smash him in the face with a closed fist and really hurt somebody. But I'm not going to do that. So the way that I spar, it's not real fighting, but it's close to it. Because at any moment, you know, if I choose the wrong person to spar with, at any moment that person could just lose it and just start hitting me as hard as he can to the face, or try to hit me as hard as he can to the face with a closed fist or whatever. And then I have to defend myself, you know, and truly protect my safety at that moment. You know, even boxers who lose control, they can't do anything because they got those big gloves on. They can't even choke the person. They can't, you know, they don't even know how to knee strike an elbow and all that stuff correctly. They can't even punch somebody in the face with a closed fist without the glove on because they got those big gloves on. So, like, I spar with no gear and no protection to show how fragile the body is. Because really, a lot of times, people will quit the fight because their thumb hurts, their finger hurts, because I kicked them in the shin a little too hard, or maybe their toe hurts. Like a lot of times the fight could end just by doing some really well-timed and well-placed kicks to the thigh, and then they're just feeling too much pain in the thigh to continue. A lot of times the fights, you don't even have to hit them in the face in order to get them to quit. You know, so people have this mistaken idea that the body is more capable of sustaining damage than it really is. You know, that's why, you know, boxing is 12 rounds and then cage fighting is only 3 rounds, because they use smaller gloves. Well, what I'm saying is, take away those smaller gloves and it's not going to be 3 rounds anymore. It's going to be less than a minute, because that's how real fighting is, and that's what I train in, you know. And there's going to be criticism all the time, just like people criticize Floyd Mayweather, and there's going to be people out there that hate on Bruce Lee, saying that he wasn't really a good fighter, or whatever the case may be, he wasn't good at what he did. And, you know, people are going to hate on me. But the thing is, like I said, you know, you have to spar intelligently, and you got to protect your safety. And the people that you spar with, you have to have compassion towards them as well. You know, and I do it the way that I feel it should be done. I do it the way that I feel is the safest yet realistic at the same time. And really, once you get really good at this, the people can make a closed fist, but they're still not going to be able to hit you, because you've gotten so good at what you do that it doesn't matter if they have a closed fist anymore. They can't touch you. And that's pretty much how it goes. But the thing is, if you have not perfected the art of, safe sparring, then there's no way that you're going to be close to perfection in the art of real fighting, which is not safe, where the person's trying to hit you as hard as he possibly can. So this is the, safe sparring is the building blocks to prepare you for the real engagement, and I'm not a perfect person, but I try my best to be the best that I can, and this is something that I love to do. I do it because it's fun as well, and I don't like to hurt people, and at the same time I don't like to get hurt myself, and really I'm just trying to also share a different perspective on sparring and a different way approach to it. Like, imagine you're sparring against your father, you're sparring against your brother, you're sparring against your sister, you're sparring against your grandfather, you're sparring against your girlfriend, you're sparring against your wife, you're sparring against your cousin. Like, this is supposed to be a fun, creative, playful yet serious way to improve upon your techniques to survive during serious situations. But you got to take in consideration the people that you're engaging with, and you don't want to truly hurt them. And the way that I view sparring is supposed to be similar to playing one-on-one basketball. Like, nobody's supposed, at the end of the game, win or lose, nobody's supposed to be seriously injured. This is a game. This is a game to test your skill and your talent within that sport. And sparring should be similar. After the sparring engagement, the safe sparring engagement, people should be uninjured, and they should be, they should be okay.